Sul Sul, welcome to my new channel, Maritello Reads. This is basically going to be a channel where I read stuff from Reddit or find memes I like or anything that I find funny, shocking, or intriguing, and I share them with all of you. Today we're going to be on Reddit and looking at r/Today I F'd Up. Our first Reddit story from Today I F'd Up. Today I F'd Up, I hooked up with a guy in my airport hotel room this morning before checking out. Turns out he's on the same flight as me, and guess what? He's traveling with his wife and kids. Ooh, okay. I know Reddit is going to give me a lot of hate for this, so this morning I was super randy and really wanted to hook up with the local guy and give him mouth stuff. So I go talking with a guy, and even though he was a lot older, like late 30s, mid 40s, he had a great bod and a great thing. So I said, what the heck, and invited him to my hotel room. After 45 minutes to an hour of fun, I thought I'd never see this dude again because I'm flying home this afternoon, right now. Wrong. I went to the gate where they started boarding. Guess who was pre-boarding with his wife and children? You guessed it. To make matters worse, they're just a couple of rows from me, and I hear all their conversations. I'm in the plane right now, and he keeps texting. I'm saving screenshots in case I need them in the future. I'm sitting here wondering how he was able to get away from his family that long. He was staying in the same hotel, which now just dawned on me because he made it to my room super fast. This is so uncomfortable. TLDR, hooked up with a guy in my airport hotel this morning. Turns out he's married and he has his whole family on my flight home. Edit. I gave him my phone number for trading texts and pictures early this morning. He texted me just now telling me that he found me on Instagram and Facebook, so he must have searched with my phone number somehow. Now I definitely need leverage with the screenshots to tell him to stop contacting me. Edit 2. A, I'm male. B, the wife does not know. He texted me on the plane asking me to keep quiet. And then also wanted to stay in touch and text me later because he now knows that we live in the same city. And yes, you bet I saved the screenshot, saved it on the plane, on the cloud, on emails myself. C, I know what his thing looks like because of the member pics and bathroom mirror selfies. Bro, what? That is the craziest thing. Okay, I love this story. Yeah, you messed up big time, bro. Today I effed up by having some fun with my wife. So my wife is pregnant with our first child, and we're about 3 weeks away from the due date. Been a while since we've gotten tangled up in the sheets, so we decided to give it a go. Things go great, but 30 minutes later, my wife thinks that she peed herself, so she gets up, goes over to the toilet, and proceeds to leak clear fluid from her part. She calls me over to check where the fluid is coming from, and she thinks that she broke her water. Something happened about 2 weeks ago, but just a small amount of fluid compared to this. We shrug it off, lay back in bed, and then it happens again. We think to herself, oh shoot, this may be real. Then she starts getting a contraction. Not the one she normally gets, no, this one is stronger and lasts longer than usual. 4 hours later, I sit here in the hospital. Next to her bed, she's 8 centimeters dilated, epidural given, and now we're waiting on our first child to arrive. TLDR, had fun with my wife, put her into labor 3 weeks early. Bruh, that's terrible. I went into false labor twice with my first pregnancy. Well, only pregnancy because I only have one kid, but I went into false labor twice, and that contraction is so dang scary as soon as it happens. They had to physically break my water, but that didn't happen to us for sure. Wow. I mean, get them out the same way they got in, I guess. Right? Today I effed up by pranking my office a la Jim from The Office. Oh boy. I thought it would be funny to put a Bluetooth speaker in the ceiling and play the sounds of cats over it. I found an 8-hour video of cats meowing on YouTube that was perfect. Oh my god. I paired an old phone to the speaker, tossed the phone in a drawer of an empty desk, and tucked the speaker under a ceiling tile. It was perfect. You could only hear the cats if you listened real close. It sounded like there was a cat in the ceiling, but you really couldn't tell exactly where it was coming from. I went to my office, got busy with work, and forgot all about it until I went to break. I walked into the break room, and several people were talking about the cat that must be in the ventilation system. I chuckled to myself while I grabbed my coffee and made a loop through the accounting department to see if there were any other people talking about the cat in the ceiling. To my horror, half the ceiling tiles were removed, where 2 maintenance men on ladders were looking for the cat. Oh no! They were real close to the speaker but hadn't found it quite yet. I just reversed out of there and went back to work. They eventually found the speaker, and shortly after, everyone got an email from the big boss reprimanding the guilty party and asking for any information on the culprit. My God. TLDR caused the entire accounting department to be shut down for 3 hours this morning by making them think there was a cat stuck in the ceiling. My bad. I would have thought that was funny. I wouldn't reprimand them. Well, I guess because they had to get, like, the guys out there. That makes sense. Never mind. No, reprimanding, obviously. There's an update. A conspiracy theory emerged by the end of the day. Several of them don't believe it was a prank at all. They think that the maintenance people lied about it being a prank. That management made it up to get people back to work, and that the maintenance is planning to set out traps and poison to kill it. One person claimed they absolutely heard the cat yesterday, and I kid you not, a couple of them claim they still hear it. Oh my gosh, you cause mass hysteria in an office. I am so proud of you, but at the same time, bad. Reprimanding. Yeah. Today, I effed up by falling asleep in the back of my boyfriend's car. Last summer, we were on a road trip from New Mexico to Mexico. We have a Honda Element converted for living in, so I crawl into the back to nap while he's driving. He stops at a gas station in the desert of Arizona, and while he's pumping, I get out to use the bathroom. Come back out, don't see him, and walk around the parking lot to have a look. I jokingly think to myself, maybe he drove off not knowing that I got out of the restroom, but I brush that off. I sit on a bench outside, twiddling my thumbs, realizing that this may now actually be the case. I reach for my phone to call him, but of course my phone's in the car. Uh-oh. I already see where this is going. I go back inside to ask the cashier to use their phone, but she says they don't have one. Obviously they do, but whatever. So I start asking random people in the store to use their phone, which makes people visibly uncomfortable because we're in the middle of nowhere and they think I'll steal it, I guess. I go back outside and continue asking strangers for their phone. I realize I don't know my boyfriend's number by heart, so I just call my phone repeatedly, hoping that he'll answer. He doesn't. I use one person's phone to log into my Facebook to find my boyfriend's number, but alas, his phone is dead when I call. Wow, someone actually let you use your phone and log into your Facebook? That is pretty cool, actually. I don't think anyone I know would ever do that. I resort to explaining to everyone whose phone that I asked to use my situation. Some don't believe me, others feel really bad, and one man offered to buy me a hotel for the night for the next town over, thinking that my boyfriend left me on purpose and I was just being modest. It's been about 2 hours now. The store clerks through the windows have been looking at me suspiciously for a while. I'm still sitting on this bench in the desert, and I have no idea what to do and start bawling my eyes out. A cop car pulls up, and the officer comes to me and lets me know that the store clerks called them because I've been loitering, haggling people for their phones outside of their store, and crying. I explained my situation, and she's as confused and as sympathetic as all the other people. She tells me that I can't stay there, so she can either take me to the truck rest stop in the town over or go to the police station. I ask her to take me to the rest stop, although she's not convinced that my boyfriend legitimately left me there on accident. We're driving down the highway when on her radio, another cop says that he's at the gas station and there's a guy there looking for his girlfriend. I just crack up, and she does too, flips the car around and takes me back. And there my boyfriend is, standing outside his car, banging on the windows and nearly crying because he can't believe he actually did that. Aww. He said that he was passing some really cool scenery far into the drive and went to wake me up to see too, when he realized I wasn't in the car, flipped it around and drove faster than he's ever driven in his life to get back to the gas station. And that he wondered why so many people kept calling me but didn't feel comfortable answering my phone. He thought for sure that it was the end of our relationship and the trip was ruined. Nah, if anything, you can never break up. Edit. I understand I effed up by not relaying my need to pee. Although it all sounds really stupid objectively and in retrospect, but it makes sense how things happened at the time. Also, I have never heard of this Last Man on Earth episode until now, so that's pretty funny. I have many a text message and Facebook post to prove that this all happened in real life, and she posts a link. TLDR went to the bathroom while my boyfriend was pumping gas. He didn't know, drove off, and I was stranded asking people to use their phones for hours until the police were called to get me. But hey, at least you have a really good story to tell people when you come back from your road trip, because that's crazy. And I hope y'all stay together and can tell that story to your kids, because that is hilarious. I mean, bad, but also hilarious a little bit. Our final story today is today I effed up by yelling, "I'm bisexual, you ignorant idiot," at church. This happened around 5 minutes ago. I feel so nervous right now. So I, 17 female and bisexual, as said in the title. My family is very religious and most of them are homophobic. Today we had to go to church. Now, for some background information here, I'm considered the perfect Christian girl, and it really sucks. I have to pretend to be someone I'm not just to satisfy many of these people. Today, I was in a really bad mood, and when my family and I went to church, they started talking about LGBTQ people. Nothing out of the ordinary. I don't know what came over me, but I started to defend them. Definitely didn't look suspicious. When I was in the middle of an argument with an adult, this kid says, "You sound so gay right now defending those abominations." I snapped and said, "I'm bisexual, you ignorant idiot." Best way to come out. Anyway, the realization didn't hit me until 5 seconds after. Currently, I'm in a bathroom typing this. TLDR, went to church, defended LGBTQ people, and came out of the closet in the worst way possible. And we have some edits. First of all, thank you guys for the support. As for the people at church, we had a little talk. They said that this news is not very pleasant in the slightest, but I convinced them to think about giving LGBTQ people a chance. Some of them apologized to me, but others looked at me differently. My mother said she actually supports me. Again, thank you guys for the support, but I think I need to take a break from everything. Thanks, a bisexual mess. And then we have another edit. After some thinking, I came to the conclusion that I have to say that you guys are awesome too. Some of you guys are probably going through tough times too, and I just wanted to say that many people were supporting you no matter what. It also astonished me that you guys came over and supported a stranger that you'll probably never meet, and for that, you guys are strong and brave. Thank you. I'm happy that it turned out good in the end, at least a little bit. I had a very similar situation. I think I was actually also 17 when I came out as bisexual, but my family is ridiculously homophobic. My mom was super supportive, and my dad, rethought a little bit about it, especially once my youngest sister came out as pansexual. He kind of had to at that point. But yeah, it's hard. And I was also kind of labeled as the perfect Christian girl in our tiny little church. So yeah, I completely understand that. And you know what? If that's the worst way for you to come out, at least everything came out at least decent in the end. So, I'm happy everything turned out good for the most part. All right, and that was our slash today. I effed up. If y'all liked this content, please give me a big old like, comment, and subscribe for more content like this. I am really excited to start this new channel. I am beyond stoked to do this because this is a very easy thing I can do, and I just love it. Anyway, I hope y'all have a wonderful rest of your day, and I will see y'all in the next video. Goodbye!